Hello, and welcome to another episode of New Gameplay. Today, I'm your host, Jeff Cork, joined today by Andrew Reiner.
Well, hello, sir.
And Leo Vader.
Hey, guys.
How's it going, guys?
Really great.
What are we looking at? Reiner.
This is Spyro Reignited Trilogy on Xbox One X, also out on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Today, or actually tomorrow, sorry, or tonight.
Keep them on their toes, man.
Yeah.
You never know.
But this is the, remaster of Insomniac's trilogy, which started in 1998 on PlayStation.
What are these remakes?
So it is the exact, almost pixel perfect return of the levels and games, but they've been redone. Like none of the original code was used. Like they kind of used the mesh.
Right.
But it is 100% redone by developer Toys for Bob.
You know them from?
Skylanders.
There you go.
Oh,
So they know this guy, Spyro.
they know
very
vaguely
well.
what he looks like.
But yeah, these are the platformers that really put this series on the map. I know that's kind of a given to say, but it made him a household name. The first game, Spyro the Dragon. There's also Ripto's Rage and Year of the Dragon on this disc.
Yeah.
You have to download a lot of it, though. But these games are so good. They hold up so well.
They hold up a lot better than a lot of the other remasters.
I think so. Yeah, it was at the day and age of Crash Bandicoot coming out, right? And we just had that remaster, which I thought was very good. But these games still have a lot more, or I guess have more modern sensibilities for what we have in games, kind of more of an open world setting.
Okay.
Kind of plotting your course, which Crash is very much A to B, right? Like moving from point A to point B. Still good games. I love those games. But
jean shorts, right?
right.
Those haven't aged well.
But the thing is, these games did not look as good as Crash back in the day because they were on PlayStation. They had bigger open space. They didn't have as much texture work or detail. So this prairie here would just be a green blob, basically, that we'd be on. So now they've added all this grass, different sizes. It's affected by wind and the fire. And just, it makes it feel new again, more so than the Crash games. And my God, they're still fun to play. And you can really see the DNA of Ratchet and Clank in these games. And we're looking at Crash 1 right now, Spyro the Dragon 1 right now. And they are a good story of iteration, too. As you go from 1 to 2 to 3, you can really see Insomniac as a developer learning as they go, you know, taking chances in Spyro 1. Like their open world setup didn't really give you much guidance, and you could see they really thought about that in Ripto's Rage and really expanded upon it in 3. You also see it as a developer kind of struggling with the thought of players maybe getting bored of just being Spyro. So in the third game, they put you on a skateboard. They have different playable characters. They didn't change who Spyro is, and I love that. Like his core moveset is the same through every game, where you're ramming these metal guys or using fire against enemies that don't have metal on them.
Right. So he doesn't get like dark sunglasses and a little bit of an attitude.
No, that not until Skylanders.
Right.
Where you get Dark Spyro. But yeah, it is. It's a really nice story. Seeing all three of these games together and seeing how Insomniac grew as a developer and took chances or learned from their mistakes. And like I said, still a blast to play today. Like I could not put these games down as I was reviewing this.
Yeah.
Whereas Crash, it was very much just kind of a history lesson, right? And maybe these don't hold up as a history lesson as well, in that they do feel a little bit newer.
Yeah.
Especially with how much the graphics have changed.
Yeah.
But they are more fun to play.
So, I'm curious, you mentioned history lessons. Does this have some kind of, mini documentary or some kind of...
No, it's just the games.
Well, I don't want to say, just the games, but it's always fun to have that kind of stuff, too, right?
I like that. Like, going back to the Namco Museum, where you'd have,
Exactly.
Here's the old arcade, designs, for the unit. But, yeah, there's nothing like that on here. And there is that kind of weird thing where you don't see Insomniac's game at the beginning, or name, their logo at the beginning of the game. It's just Toys for Bob. And then you finally see them in the special thanks section in the credits.
Oh, geez.
So there's that divide over time with different publisher and, property rights and all that stuff. But yeah, it holds up so well. And just look at that.
I'm going to.
He looks beautiful.
Hey, that looks nice.
Let's look at Ripto's Rage.
Yeah.
Adventure and continues are two good words to have next to each other. About the same amount of
Yeah.
characters.
Not one of them is not like bullying the other one out.
Yeah. No, they just
Visually.
Yeah.
And I also like the and then the ellipses at the end.
The eases you into it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a warm up.
Here we go. All right, so now here's Spyro 2.
Ripto's Rage.
Ripto's Rage.
And one of the big things is, anytime Spyro went in water in the last game, he would instantly die or take damage. Now he can swim, and you can even go under the water.
Wow.
Now, Leo, you had an interesting observation when we were switching, loading. We cut this part out, but Spyro is a nude character.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? How does that affect gameplay at all, Reiner?
Oh, well, now I can't focus.
All right.
I'm glad the grass is tall.
E-game.
Yeah, that is strange because here's one of the big differences and some of the liberties that Toys for Bob took. We didn't show this, but in the first game, there's these dragons that you capture, right? Or you reawaken that are caught in crystal, and you reawaken them. They were just kind of generically designed back in the day.
Yep.
Now they have personalities. They have different items they're carrying. They're themed to the worlds.
Yes.
That's all Toys for Bob. They're just let's give these guys personalities. So again, not as historically accurate as before, but probably better for people coming to the game for the first time.
I think you could convincingly make the case a little over designed, a little too much personality. There's a lot going on with these things.
I would say Spyro's kind of basic in design, right? Like you said, he doesn't have any clothing. Whereas they put as much detail on the new characters as they possibly could.
Oh yeah, there's he's got a big ornate belt buckle and a hook for a hand and a weird hat and weird looking feathers and yeah.
I'm sorry to keep harping on this,
Yes,
but
sir.
are the genitals fully modeled?
I'm trying to get you a look here.
Red Dead style?
Yeah. Or maybe more like a dog?
Is his tail functionally like a rattlesnake?
No.
Seems its shape looks like it.
Yeah, that'd be
point.
nice.
Well put.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, so visually just everything redone.
Yeah.
A lot of the, modern touches you find in all games on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One now, which is great. I think it looks beautiful.
So was that little vignette in the original game then?
Yes, they just redid it. But these, this level of detail you wouldn't have had. Ah, my God.
So it's got jump scares. And you talked about how the level designs are essentially a one-to-one recreation from the originals. You have quite a history with this series, Reiner.
Yeah, I did the strategy guides for all three of them. The back of my hand, jumping back in these games, it's oh yeah, I remember that and that and that. I know where this secret is. I know where this glide point is. It's that tree scared the crap out of me.
Yeah. That's going to be a super fun feeling to just be so familiar with something, but it looks so good now.
Yeah, it's very strange, actually. Because you had it in your head one way, and to see it kind of redone this way, it doesn't line up with... I hate to say this, but you kind of had to use your imagination a little bit back in the day.
Oh,
because
gross.
It was so plain shaded or plainly detailed that you kind of built it up to something more in your mind. And now to see it where you don't need to do that anymore is very cool.
I think in your review, you talked about how there was this one brown smear that you didn't know what it was in the original game, and now it's been
I called it a tower, and it's a tree. It's well, it could have gone either way, I think.
Yep.
So would your old strategy guide still work? Probably, right?
Yes, although I've never tested it.
Oh.
Back in the day when we did these strategy guides, a little inside baseball, you would be on a tight deadline, and then you'd just go to print, and no one else in the office would have the game, and you would just have to just assume you did everything right. Saying, hey, go left or right. Jeff Cork, you have a little history.
Yeah, we did a super replay on the original Legend of Zelda, and we dug into your guide, Kaplooey, and it was...
There was one mistake, right?
One mistake. It
Damn it.
wasted several dozen of our hours, though.
You play as Zelda.
Yeah, it made me bad at the game, actually. It was cursed.
Yeah, I apologize for that.
That's fine.
You didn't know if it worked or not, but I assume, hey, the egg is here or the dragon is here.
Yeah.
I couldn't have messed that up too bad. Let's take a look at the last game, Year of the Dragon.
All right, so now we're in the third one.
Yeah, and you can see, they have not changed him at all, right?
Yeah.
And over the original game, there's a little bit more of a bounce in his step, I noticed. Mm-hmm. He's a little bit more playful. And one of the things I love about these games that really comes out big time in these remasters or remakes, as you say, is just how small he is. Right? He's just a little dragon, and most of the enemies are gargantuan when stacked up next to him.
He's doing the best he can.
So one of the things about this game is, like I said, they weren't so sure people would just like playing as Spyro anymore. Mm-hmm. So we're going to show you, I'll go into a level here and show you how you can play as other characters and stuff like that.
And you should be warned, this is a spooky swamp that we're about to enter. So if
Leo?
With young children.
Is it safe to turn off the console?
Is it safe to turn off the console? I don't see the loading screen.
I'm worried about Leo having nightmares
All right.
again.
I'll close my eyes. What's happening?
Oh, Leo. It's ghastly.
Oh, no.
And in the original game, you could listen to the Stuart Copeland score or the remastered music, correct?
Correct. And in this game, so you can go in here, go into the options very easily. Reignited or the original.
Gotcha.
And basically Reignited is it intensifies at certain points when you're in combat. It's dynamic that way. So here's the thing where we get to play as Sheila the kangaroo.
This swamp smells so sweet. The springtime trees are fragrant. I'm off to kick butt.
Good talk.
All right.
So here she is. So she can kick as a kangaroo would. She can jump really high like a kangaroo, and she can also, let me get it up, butt slam or foot slam.
I don't know how I feel about her having hair.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
Yeah.
The egg cage, but we just go.
Yes.
The technology wasn't there.
Yeah.
Original.
She's kind of like a centaur, almost. But for kangaroo.
So her stage is it's just like a little mini objective. I was supposed to break that there before he did that. Here, we'll try again.
The presence of hair definitely throws a lot of things into question. Is Spyro bald and nude?
So yeah, these are, I think they're fun. I think the side characters are neat.
But they're not like you're playing a big
I had to
massive.
butt bounce that one.
You're not playing like a Spyro size level.
Correct.
As another character.
Yeah.
These are just like little side
Little
activities.
one-offs, yeah.
And there's a cool cheetah character in this one.
Yeah. Skateboarding. Like I
Very
said,
nice.
he's totally the Tony Hawk
Yeah.
punked style of character.
Oh no.
Viva la Bam.
But it's fun. The skateboarding is done fairly well. It's simple in scope compared to the Tony Hawk games. But yeah, these games still hold up. If you haven't played them before, I think you're going to have a blast with them. And like I said, like just coming back to them again, it's really interesting. And it's neat to see how much they've evolved visually.
Yeah.
I think Toys for Bob did a fantastic job. And, you know, Insomniac's craftsmanship from the past holds up really well. Damn it, Spyro!
What's your favorite one of the three?
Great question.
I originally, back in the day, might have said 3. 1 is such a wild card. You know, going back to it now, just it really is kind of the Wild West for this series. That I kind of like that. But I think Ripto's Rage is probably the best balanced and has the best ideas. So I would say that one.
2.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
But they're all good. Like, you're going to have so much fun playing these.
Dark Knight style.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Joker of the series.
Fantastic. Well, these are out, if not now, by the time you're watching this,
Yeah,
in the immediate future. It was
Exactly.
like $40 for all 3.
correct.
And what systems?
$39.99. PS4 and Xbox One.
Nice.
Fantastic. Well, Reiner, thanks for showing off the
You
games. And Leo, thanks for coming back.
It's my pleasure. I missed you guys.
Missed you more. And thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate it.
Bye.